I've heard you say that you can get more than 100,000 miles out of a vehicle. Um, I have a 2020 Toyota Camry, and it's got 105,000 miles on it. What services should I do, and should I consider trading my car off at this time?
That's a really great question. The immediate answer is you should not be trading off your car at 100,000. These cars, bare minimum, given the right maintenance and repair plan, can easily go 200,000. The goal, the top end of the goal for my shop is to get to 300,000. Now, I have a multitude of reasons for that, but to answer your question, at 100,000, can it go over? It absolutely can. You have to take care of it though. You have to take care of your wear parts, which is anything that's rubber. You have to make sure that all of your fluids are good. So you're not building any type of minerals or deposits or anything, any nasty gunk that those fluids build up to cause a pressure problem and start blowing seals where it can run out of fluid because you can't dry run these fluid powered systems. What it takes is not that much. It starts with the fluids. If you keep your fluids good, we're going to have less breakdowns over a longer period of time.
So you mean and check them like every morning and make sure they're full?
We need to check them and make sure they're full.
Every morning?
But each vehicle, not every morning, each vehicle has a scheduled maintenance plan. My shop's broken it down to an average for all vehicles where we can get everybody on the same plan so they don't have to remember it. But about every 30 to 45,000 miles, my main goal is to hit all powertrain items. We're going to make sure that we have clean engine oil running through it. Maybe that requires just an oil change. Maybe it requires a little bit of cleaning. Either way, we're going to make sure we got fresh fluid going through there. We're going to make sure that our transmission has good fluid going through it so we're not having any shifting issues. From there, given on what drive a vehicle it is, it might be a two-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive. On a four-wheel drive, we're going to make sure the transfer case that shifts into four-wheel drive has proper fluid in it where nothing's breaking there. And following that back, we're going to run back into your differentials, which is where your actual axles and your gears and the axles actually spin and turn and show you how your car is driving. It's super important to start with these ones so we're not having any major failures, because cooling system, AC system, things like that, they're a little bit more serviceable than these powertrain items. If you have a powertrain item fail anytime after 100,000, I've seen them fail before 100,000 when they're not being maintenance. It's a pretty hefty bill to get that vehicle going again.
What do you mean by pretty hefty?
So a powertrain item can range anywhere from 4 to 6,000, depending on the vehicle. It could be more. Whereas these maintenance services are all under $500. And if we just do that consistently, we'll never have spent the amount on maintenance that we would have replacing that powertrain item. The other side of that, let's say you do have a breakdown over 100,000 miles, you should not trade your car in. There's a super big reason for that. You're trying to buy more miles for this vehicle, right? We don't want to buy a new car. We don't want to buy something just different because ours broke down. We have a $3,000 problem that we can handle with $3,000, and that $3,000 may buy 50,000 more miles. So if you can take it from 100 to 150,000, add 50,000 and spend $3,000, whereas you can spend 30,000, buy a new vehicle, and in 30,000 miles be doing the same repair, right? Now you spent 30,000, or you're making payments on it, and you still have to pay that 3,000 when that comes due. And you're going to be making payments on that vehicle a lot longer than you would on that 3,000. Let's service the vehicle that we know and love, that we're used to. There's a reason we got it in the first place, and let's take care of the problem for a lot less money.
Very good. So when somebody comes in and they tell you the car's not worth it, they're really just shopping for votes on getting a new car.
Right. Right. Or on maybe they've had a couple little incidents just back to back, and it's more the stress level of the vehicle having to be in the shop than it not being worth its value. Because all the real concern when most of that comes up is I don't have time to fix this. It's not that I don't have money to fix this. So we're trying to throw money at a problem that it's just a convenience problem. What if a shop could solve the convenience problem and solve the money problem too, where it's not costing you as much?
Makes sense. So do cars ever reach a point where it's like, have you ever had a car in the shop where it's just like, honestly, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, this vehicle's just not worth spending any more time, money, or effort on?
100%. We've had those vehicles, and then that's when we're just going to have that transparency level that we've talked about before with the customer. Hey, this has been a really great car for you. I need to know a couple things, and we need to know the vision for that car. Are they in a position to actually change vehicles? That's the first one. If they are, okay, hey, this vehicle has multiple systems that need repaired, and it outweighs the cost of what it would take you to buy a car this way again. The biggest filter that I run through on this specific subject on those cars is if I can buy that same car with the same mileage, with the same issues that I've already fixed and everything, for what it would take to repair that vehicle, would I buy that vehicle again? If the answer is yes, I'm going to buy that vehicle. If the answer is no, I won't spend $6,000 on that Honda Civic again. It's time to buy a new car. You have to know where you're at in that position. If you really honestly believe that you wouldn't fix it or you wouldn't buy that car again, don't invest in it. It's your investment. It's your choice that you need to make.
So in other words, you're literally taking the emotion out of it and saying, listen, here's a car that I'm already 100% familiar with how it drives and operates.
Yep.
It's got a broken system or a broken component, or it's got a mechanical problem at this time. I literally am being able to buy this vehicle running back down the road again for, say, $5,000. Would I literally buy this source of transportation for $5,000?
Would I buy that same car again?
Mm-hmm.
If the answer is I'd buy that same car again, let's fix your car.
Okay.
Let's save that extra money.